Guys, today I'm going to walk through one of the most disturbing calculated ambushes we've seen on American soil in years. An Idaho mountain fire was set, not by nature, not by accident, but as bait. When the firefighters arrived, the heroes running towards danger, they were met with sniper fire. 2 were killed, a 3rd barely survived. The suspect, this guy right here. This is a generated photo of Wess Roley, 20-year-old. This is your intel drop. Let's go. Let's talk about this kid. Now, let's talk about the incident on June 29th, yesterday. Just after 1 p.m., 911 dispatchers in Coeur, Idaho received calls about a wildfire burning in Canfield Mountain. Fire crews from the city and surrounding counties rolled out immediately. But what they didn't know was that the fire was set. It was a setup. A sniper, later identified as Wess Roley, had started that fire as bait. When the firefighters arrived and began suppressing the blaze, he opened fire from an elevated concealed position. They were completely exposed. One firefighter radioed out and said, "Everyone's shot up here. Send the law enforcement now." I'm going to play this scanner audio for you.
Some law enforcement right now. There's an active shooter zone. They're shot. BC3's down. BC1's down. Everybody's shot up here. Law enforcement, code 3 now up here. We've got another Coeur d'Alene firefighter down. Needs help immediately. We need law enforcement immediately.
I copy. Another firefighter down. Continuing law enforcement. 2 battalion chiefs. 1 off. 1 firefighter down.
Terrible, disturbing. So 2 firefighters were killed on site, man. A 3rd was rushed to surgery and barely survived. This wasn't random. This was an ambush. Someone planned this, okay? Wess Roley, 20-year-old, according to Associated Press and the Wall Street Journal, that he was a local resident, lived in Coeur d'Alene. Some say he worked seasonally for his father's tree service in Arizona. So he'd go back and forth. He had no recent employment listed, but we've confirmed he was previously arrested in 2024 for assault with a deadly weapon, allegedly using a knife on a woman. So, stand-up character. He pled to a lesser charge, received 180 days jail time with 150 days suspended. He was also ordered to complete a mental evaluation and anger management course. Slap on the wrist, if you ask me. And, should have been a warning for everyone. Now, we reviewed reports suggesting he made online threats. He expressed hostility towards first responders and even posted about his disdain for society. Some called him a radical. Some labeled him a communist. Others say this was a rebellion against his conservative parents. His parents seem to be Trump supporters. The online, on various social media, especially X, they're saying, "Oh, another Trump supporter," and so on. Law enforcement has not confirmed any of that. Now, but I did say that I did see that a lot of people are making this political, that this is another Trumper, is what they're saying. But we do know that he acted alone. Initial report said that it was up to 4 people, but we know now he acted alone. There was no accomplices, no groups, no affiliation as of now. Okay, so let's break down the timeline. At 1:21 p.m., wildfire report on Canfield Mountain. 2 p.m., firefighters were on site. They come under immediate fire. 3:15, law enforcement pinpoints Roley using cell phone tower data. 4:30 p.m., shelter in place issued for nearby neighborhoods. 7:40 p.m., Roley's body is found with his rifle. Police say it's unclear if he was shot by them or took his own life. Some initial reports said that a citizen took him out. It's unclear. They're keeping this tight-lipped. One thing I will say about this is that what's disturbing to me already is how tight-lipped this is. They're not giving out any information, and usually that means something's very dark. Okay. Now, we had more than 300 law enforcement officers, including FBI, ATF, and Border Patrol, helicopters, and SWAT were all involved in the response. It was a full-blown manhunt, man. They had Blackhawks out there. Okay. We've seen screenshots and posts from people claiming they knew him. One user from Sandpoint, Idaho said that Roley was known to be trouble in town. He claimed that he made statements that he's going to prove to everyone that he can commit some type of attack in a place that everyone has firearms. There's another post on X that someone shows stating both his parents were Trump supporters while calling the kid a communist rebel. Is it true? There's really no way to verify, but it shows how fast the political blame game starts, which should be dangerous in our modern times. Okay. They just totally forget that firefighters lost their lives and turn this into a political blame game. Now, let's stay focused on what we know and what matters. It was a targeted attack on first responders. There's no manifesto as of yet, and if there is one, you probably won't see it. My thoughts of how history has shown us. But the attack was on firefighters. He burned down the mountain to draw them in. That's terrorism, period, guys. That is going to make every firefighter currently afraid to respond to fires. And what if you start having this happen on a major scale? The thing is, this is a domino effect. It's all it takes one guy to start the pattern for everybody else, and they start doing it again, over and over and over again. Right now, there's no public statement on motive. They're keeping very tight-lipped about this, man. I even got a contact up there that knows people on the SWAT team that responded to this. And even to that, they're keeping it so tight-lipped. Now, some online sleuths pointed out that June 29th, the day of the attack, is the same day the Aryan Nation's compound in Idaho was burned down to the ground in 2001. That fire marked the end of a white supremacist stronghold, and some are saying that this could have been some kind of planned anniversary. I don't buy that, but because there's no confirmed links, right? It doesn't make sense to me, but people are saying that. Others say that he was mentally unstable, man, that he failed rehab, possible MK Ultra type profile. I've even had one person email me calling him a Project Monarch candidate. You be the judge. Right now, all of this is speculation. But what we do know is who he is, how old he is. His parents are Trump supporters, and they're saying that he has ties to Russia. Again, a lot of this is unconfirmed. We don't know. What we do know, too, is that the fire ended up torching 26 acres of mountain terrain. 2 brave firefighters are dead, and a community shaken. The firefighting community is shaken, and we're no closer to understanding how or why someone could do this. But we can take notes to that. If you're in public service, if you wear a badge, if you wear a fire helmet, if you ride a rig, if you drive an ambulance, you're not safe. You could be the target of an ambush like this one. It's no longer just cops they're targeting. They're targeting first responders now. And what better way to cause terrorism, especially if you're coming into, and if I just put my tinfoil hat on for a moment, what I've been talking about is these mass events that could happen. And if you plant the seed and make it where first responders are afraid to even go to an area, and then you have mass chaos going on, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to think the first responders are going to assume everyone is dangerous. They're in danger. They're going to respond differently. You have to ask, so, is this just one deranged young man acting alone, or is this part of a bigger pattern? Maybe disrespecting for service, rising hate, mentally unstable ideologies, ready to make themselves famous in the most cowardly way possible. Either way, it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call. Again, some of the things saying that he's from Russian descent, and I mean, that could even go into false flag type territory. You got a lot of information. I'm trying to sift through it. I'm just only going to tell you what the facts is and tell you what some speculation is, and I'll tell you what that is. Again, I had a guy from the area say that he knew the guy, and he's known for trouble, this kid. Okay. But again, if you're a first responder, man, we have this red line shirt for firefighters because I've got a huge respect for firefighters. I don't think they get a lot of credit as much as other people like military or police for their service. And I got a tremendous amount of respect for those guys. They put themselves in danger to save people, and it's a honorable profession. No question. Again, guys, stay alert, stay dangerous, and keep your head on a swivel. Even if You're just showing up to fight a fire. Keep it together. Okay. Now, if you got information or theories that aren't being talked about, please drop them in the comments below. I'll be monitoring and updating this video as new details emerge. Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe, stay ready, stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous. Black Scout out.